Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Arlathia. So for this one we have another comic page. So yes, now we're going back to like actual planned out sketches, which is going to be that very first one up there. My shitty sketches, nobody else knows what they are but me, because that's how it works. And now we're going to like the sketching. So I'm actually changing the way I do sketching. So I actually do it 3 times. So I have that light green pencil, which is a Prismacolor color erase pencil. Green, because my favorite color is green. Then I have lighter pencils that I use, because before I didn't do this, but I like the lighter pencils because I think the lines, like, it just looks better to me. So I feel like my stuff actually looks good. Because before I was doing like using like really thick dark pencils, and I thought it looked really bad. And I think that's what my issue was too, and that's why I was redoing it so much, because I just didn't like how it looked. It really wasn't anything I was doing, it's just what I was using. So what I did was I decided to change over to a different pencil. So I picked like the smaller, skinnier, lighter pencils. And I immediately liked the better. But then I decided, because it was so light, it almost couldn't be, it was hard to tell like the differences between that one and the green one, the green pencil. I then went back in with the thicker, like darker pencil to add on top. But like for that, like the darker pencils, I just use like a regular, oh gosh, a regular pencil. You know, the ones you use in school, not the mechanical, but the, plain wood ones, whatever those are called. Those are the ones I use. And I think it helps me because now I have like the actual like thin pencil lines that I kind of help plan out more. And as you can see here, like the difference between the pencils, I think it's just better for me just to kind of get the more defined lines and like add details in where I need to. So that's why I like doing that better. To me, it just looks better, and it like helps me because now I actually know like what all I need to fix. Yeah, there are some issues, but it's okay. We're learning. I'm getting better at it. Or it's like some like poses or whatever are just kind of newer to me. So I'm also just like learning how to do them. But it's okay. We're trying to do a one and done with these drawings now. I don't want to keep doing it like 3 or 4 times. So I'm like, whatever I got's what I got. Like if I think it looks good, it looks good. Because it also just comes with practice. Because like the more you do different things, the better it'll be. Because you're learning versus like doing the same thing, which you'll get really good at, but then you'll be really bad at everything else. So that's why I'm trying to tell myself it's okay. Like if it looks fine the first time, go with it and move. So that's what I'm trying to do. Um, but with the like actual like comic page, what's going on here is I was trying to like do more of the action now, so that way we can kind of get into the story more. Because now like the lead up's kind of done finally. 12 pages in. Haha. I could have done more, but I was like, I gotta cut it back, and I didn't cut it back enough. But it's okay. So now we're kind of moving. So now these are kind of like the actual pages, because the last 2 videos I did of these were kind of like fillers, like they weren't necessary, but I put them in there just to kind of give a heads up on who else is going to show up here. Um, so we can kind of move the story along now. But I just think doing it like this with this pencil just makes it a lot better for me. It makes it easier. This is me trying to figure out how to position this, because it's just the way I have to write, because I can't do straight up and down when it comes to drawing or writing. It's very difficult for me. So I have to like turn it. Like there are times I turn my paper full 180 degrees, and people are like, you write like that, and I'm like, yeah, I have to. I'm like, I can't do straight up and down. I'm like, it's difficult, because I had a teacher who made me do that in elementary school in 5th grade, and it was terrible. Like it was difficult, and she's like, your handwriting looks really good. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, okay, but nobody else cared, and I'm just like, what does it matter? So I have to turn it like this so I can properly write and draw. I do that every time. That's why in the video, now depending on the way position is, like the coloring pages, I tend to just do it straight so it's easier for you guys to see. But when it comes to stuff like this, like I have to turn it. Because I gotta make it comfortable for me, but I'm also trying to figure out how to like make it like proper for you guys. So you're not, turning your head or turning the screen around and all that stuff. So I'm like, I gotta figure stuff out. But it's okay. This kind of worked though. But yeah, so I gotta turn the pages whenever I do this because I was gonna try not to, but I was trying to sit here and I'm like, my position is not gonna be right. I'm like, it's not gonna work out for me. So I just have to turn it to make it look okay. But and now with this too, now you're gonna start seeing more of the other characters and just like their personalities and stuff. So that should be good. But yeah. Because I know in like comics they always kind of give like the intro of the characters and stuff, or like where they're at. Because I have comic books myself, like yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, 100%. I have the Archie and the IDW. I have all the IDW so far, and the Archie I have quite a few of them, but not all of them, which is fine. I kind of wish I had all of them, but So I have those, so it's like I'm aware that they introduce the characters because it's kind of important. Because in case it's like someone's like first time seeing that comic, no matter what issue it is, they know who the characters are and like where they're at. That's coming up, and I think two or and a few. I don't know exactly. Was it like maybe like 2, 3 more pages or so? That'll be actually be coming up because it's like I had it planned out a specific way. So that's why this is like the build up to that point, and then it'll be normal after that. But I just want to give like a prologue, I guess. Somewhat of a prologue. Not really, because it's been a little bit boring. But I just want to introduce some of the characters and just like almost like why they're there versus just popping you in. Because when I originally planned this out, it was just popping you in and not knowing exactly what was going on like at all. But I decided not to because I was like, I kind of want to introduce it a little more and make it more of an understanding of what's going on and what's happening. So that's what this was about. I'm an amateur at this, in case y'all couldn't tell. But, I'm kind of just doing what I thought. Kind of what I want to do and what I like. Not what everybody else wants or what they like. Because that's not how this works with me. And it's my stuff. But hopefully, like, as time goes on, the story will get a lot more interesting. And with the coloring, I've mentioned this on a coloring page, I think. But I changed it to where, because I always do like 5 colors, like no matter what, for everything. Because I have the base, the actual color, and like the 3 shades. That's just what I like doing. So it's like once I use all those up, like I'm done. Like I don't sit there and keep working on it. Like once I finish up those 5, that's it. We move on. That's just me. So what I decided to do was I would only use, and I forgot about it. I was in the middle of this and I was like, oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to be using this many colors. So for the markers, I only cut back to 3 now. So I have the base, the color, and then I have 1 shade. And that's all I do. Which for me is better because it's not nearly as dark when I add on the colored pencil. So it looks better. Because before I was making it too dark, and that's why, is because I just had on like way too many. Now this way I don't. I have no idea what's going on right now about why nothing's popping up. But that's okay. You get to experience Kanan more, Yeah, this was a little awkward for me to do. Again, I'm learning. The only way to learn is to practice. So I started doing that, and like, and then a coloring page I just done with the Pyroraptor. She's on here if you want to go watch her. But I figured out, quote unquote, how to do grass. I hate grass. Grass and I are not friends. So what I started doing was I would do the base for the grass, like you can tell here, and then I would get the second, like the color. I would kind of put that down in almost like blocks and like some strokes, and then I grabbed another color and just started doing strokes. I don't like grass, but I'm trying to get better at it. And honestly, I don't think it's too bad. I think it actually helps me do that. Like, yeah, I have to learn. Like, even the way I shaded it, I think it worked out really well compared to how I normally do it. Because I can tell, like, by me doing it this new way, it looks better than before. So, that's what happens when you experiment on coloring pages. That's why I kind of recommend color pages, because you experiment and not have to worry about it messing up your own drawing, because it's not yours. So that's what I like doing. But I also think they're just kind of fun because they're like relaxing. It's very nice. Um, Maybe one day I'll make my own coloring pages because I have ideas for things I would like to do one day. Um, but I have all this stuff I'm trying to figure out how to do. I won't want to spoil it yet, but eventually I'll tell you guys. But like even the shading, I'm trying to get better at shading too. Like meaning like where the light hits, which I think I'm slowly getting better at too because I'm kind of learning more. Again from coloring pages. I think I'm getting better overall from doing coloring pages. I also think I just like the way the style's done with the coloring pages because it's not mine. Like it's all like this is my style, you know? Because theirs isn't like less detailed. So I guess overall it's better, but it's just the way I did mine. That's why I'm like I don't want to give up my stuff. But I think the colored pages are just good just to kind of help. But yeah, so like with the grass, because I experimented with the grass on another coloring page, I managed to do it this way. And I think it helped out a lot because I did that. So that's why I'm like, I kind of want to keep doing that. But like any other, like the top two panels, which you'll eventually see, or like, at least when I do Arlathia, which you'll see in a couple minutes. When I did that, like even just the way I shaded it, I think helps too because it's like I'm keeping it darker closer to them and making it lighter as it comes out. You know how it normally would be. But because I'm adding on, because I'm doing like those individual strokes and stuff, it helps it because it just looks better. So like you can kind of see here with the grass when I just did the marker. I mean the two markers I had were kind of similar, but it's okay. But when you see it, or like even when I do it in the background too, it just looks better. So even though I kind of have it blurred out roughly, it's not really the right word, but that's what I'm gonna go with. It helps because you can kind of still tell like almost individual blades, but also like clumpings of it. So that's why I'm like I kind of like doing it this way because I think it just makes it look a lot better than before. So we're learning. We're getting there. I'm sure as time goes on and I do more, I'll learn more techniques and it'll help make everything look better. But even like when I do the colored pencil on here, and I have because the colored pencil I stuck with 5 colors still. I do it in my normal 5. I'm not changing that. It almost makes it look like it's a little bit lighter because I'm not adding on so much marker. But also the markers are kind of dark too. But now when I need it like dark, I will probably switch back to like doing like darker colors, which is fine. But it's just like right now, like it looks fine. Like it's light enough. I mean, Arlathia is still kind of dark, but her colors are just dark. That's just what it is. But I just think overall it helps because it makes it look lighter. It's easier to see. So I'm like, I'm learning, and I like it because it's changing. So it's making it better for you guys to see what I'm doing, and it's also like when it comes back to like me redoing my lines, I have an easier time telling what things are and like where they start and they stop, so I can get them more accurate. So overall, it's definitely doing better. But even then, like I have other coloring books eventually I'm gonna get to, and a lot of them are different. I'm not doing dinosaurs because I've been doing dinosaurs for a while now, and we have a few pages left. So I try to switch it to where it's like coloring pages or like every other video or coloring pages, just because it also helps break it up. So I'm not sitting there drawing several times in a row, and it's just a little bit different. Um, but I also just want to get through them because I have so many. And I'm trying not to buy more, but I keep buying more, and I shouldn't be. But I'm like, why not? Because some of them are so much fun. And there's actually this one artist, which I do follow on Instagram. I actually have almost all of his. There might be a couple I don't have, but eventually I'll probably get them. But I just like his stuff. I think it's really cool. So that's what I plan on doing. Um, but yeah, so the next one won't be dinosaurs because I have several dinosaurs, but it won't be dinosaurs. It'll be a different one. I'll probably pick a random one and just use that one because a lot of the other coloring books I have that aren't dinosaurs have different like themes and subjects to them. They're not all just dinosaurs. Like the dinosaurs are all different, but it's dinosaurs. I love my dinosaurs. Don't get me wrong. Stegosaurus is my number one. Then the raptor. After blue, I just can't. Raptors are so cool, but Stegosaurus is a prehistoric hedgehog, so That's how I feel about it. Ooh, love my dinos. Uh, so it'll be all different. But even with them, I'm trying to do more like art stuff too with them. I have ideas. I just need to get there. But like, I have 5 other stories, which you will not see for a while. So what I'm also trying to do with them is like intros, because I actually just posted a video of like a very simple intro drawing, is what I called it, of them, and I want to do for all the stories. And then as time goes on, I want to do like actual art for them, kind of like oh, what's it called? A character design sheet. That's what it is. So I want to do those. I want to have just like normal drawings of them. There's like a junk journal type of thing. I saw someone else on YouTube here do. I think it's Neko is her name. I kind of liked it. I thought it was really cool because she had a video on that, and I thought it looked really, really neat the way they did it. So I kind of want to do that for all my characters because I have these like huge pieces of paper, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to do like a junk journal on that and just have like all their info on there. I thought that'd be kind of a cool idea, which that would take me a while, but it'd be kind of cool. But I wouldn't be doing that until after I finish all of the like the intros for the characters. Because I kind of want to do that first because I'm like, I could sit here and do all of Arlathia, but then if I do that and I finish, then I'm stopping for quite a while while I do the other characters, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, I'd rather just go back and forth, and that way it's also different for me. Because all those stories have relatively like the same people and animals, but they're all a little different. Like I'm also trying to give them like different clothing designs. Like you'll see eventually what I mean. Because like they have their own like these are like their clothes that they all wear. That's just how it is. Like that's how I made it. My other stories have that same thing too, where it's like they have their same like general uniform. It's just different colors. Oh, and here's the satisfaction part. Can't skip that. This is where I just added back in like lines and details. Looks very nice. This is also real time, by the way. um, but I just want to do the and then like the characters also have like their own like separate outfits that they wear for like like the beach, like formal wear. I guess you could say like dresses and suits, like that kind of thing, or just like normal like clothes, like outing clothing, like you're just whatever you want to wear when you go out, that kind of thing. So I also designed all those. Those are all separate. But I would like to do that junk journal eventually. I also think that'd just be like a really cool project for me. Now, when I do those, that won't happen right away. That will not be done in a week. That's gonna take a while. So in between me having to do that, I also probably have like other videos going up. So I can do that. Because I still gotta figure out how I'm doing that. Actually, probably need to start working on that actually. I probably should. I'll have to see. So I have to figure that out. But I thought that'd be kind of cool. Because it wouldn't all be done in one shot. Like, that would literally be me, like, moving the camera around so you can kind of sit there and look at all. Because there's no way I could get that all in one shot. Because it's just a big piece of paper. So that'd be an idea. But I just want to, like, start doing more with them, too. Versus just the comics. Now, if you actually, like, read these and you like them, if you go to my Instagram, it's Arlathia Comics _ I have stills of them, too, if you just want to, like, there's no movement. So I have that available, too, if you guys want to go check that out. But, like, even just watching this or, like, helps because it's like this just shows like someone's interested, kind of makes me happy. But even then, if not, it's okay too. I just do these for fun. I just wanted to since everybody else was. I was like, yeah, why not? Since I'm making them, but we'll see. But no, junk journals are definitely something I'd like to do, or a sketch dump. Oh, yeah. Also a sketch dump because I've seen those too. Those are actually really cool. So I might do a couple different things. We'll see. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. I have that issue. I overwhelm myself with all these things I want to do, and then I don't actually end up doing them because I have no motivation. But anyway, I'm sure we've all been there before. It's okay. I do it all the time, and it's so bad. I'm trying to break that habit, but habits are hard to break. But it's okay. One thing at a time. I also have a new way of how I'm gonna do fur too, so that should change. But here's the final. But yeah, now I can start seeing all my characters. But like overall, I like the grass too. I think it just turned out overall like better. Like even it's just lighter. Like overall also just lighter. So it's a lot nicer too. But I like it. But it's alright. We still got some things to learn. I forgot that this was like a 2-part panel. And I was like, oh wait. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!